Dive into the deep blue and witness 30 spine-tingling shark encounters in this heart-pounding YouTube video adventure. It really comes as a surprise to most of the people watching this video how others are so keen to go cage diving with sharks. After seeing cage diving encounters like these, most of us would probably already be crossing out cage diving from our bucket lists. Despite the horror-inducing sight in front of them, they still remain calm, yet excited, even laughing at the predator after it does this. Sharks have been known to bite or damage cage diving cages, especially if they're attracted to bait or curious. But full breaches are rare. Let's all just hope that this massive great white shark won't be able to break into the flimsy cage shown in this freaky encounter. The clip ends there, but it seems like everybody was safe during this meeting. A diver can be seen swimming around looking for fish big enough to spear near the ocean floor. The diver appears to be so focused on his task that he doesn't notice something stalking him until it was too late. He tries to shoot the spear, but the shark's jaws are already on it. There's really not much that he can do. Bull sharks rank among the top 10 most powerful biters in the animal kingdom, making them one of the most dangerous types of sharks. After biting the spear, the bull shark lets go, which is very surprising as sharks tend to hold on to their prey. Luckily for him, the shark leaves him alone shortly after letting go its bite. While spearfishing in the dark depths of the ocean, a spear fisherman encounters something extremely terrifying. He gets paralyzed with fear. After encountering the large predator, he tries to remain as still as possible, avoiding any sudden movements, so as not to alert the predator. Great white sharks use a combination of their acute senses, primarily their sense of smell and electromagnetic detection to locate prey. Moments later, the shark uses its acute senses and the man is left with no choice but to pray he doesn't end up as shark food. He remains still, pointing his spear gun at the large, great white shark, ready to shoot it if it ever decides to attack. Thankfully, this doesn't happen, and the predator swims past him. A group of divers can be seen swimming around near the ocean floor when all of a sudden an uninvited guest decides to join them. The diver recording the encounter is visibly stunned by the shark approaching him from below, shaking in fear but remaining still. Sharks, like the great white, can employ stealth and surprise tactics in hunting, such as breaching the water's surface to ambush prey from below. The shark swims below them in circles, scaring them and providing us with this very spine-tingling sight. The predator swims slowly past multiple divers, which gives this very suspenseful feeling to both the divers and the audience watching. The animal leaves after a while, though, leaving them unharmed and well. Two spear fishermen record themselves being harassed and circled by an aggressive tiger shark in the middle of the ocean. They poked the shark, hoping it would give up on them, but they seem to have only made the situation even worse. One of them screams at the top of his lungs, trying to catch the attention of a nearby boat so they can be rescued. This works, and they get in the boat one by one, with each move making the situation more suspenseful and intense.
Hey!
They successfully manage to escape the frightening shark attack, saving their lives. Searching and waiting for big waves to catch, a surfer can be seen sitting on his board during a trip to a beach in Southern California. After minutes of searching, he finally sees the wave he wants to catch and turns around to start paddling, only to see this. The surfer does not actually see this, though, only finding out later while re-watching the footage. This explains his very calm behavior. Shark attacks on surfers occur infrequently, with the risk varying by location, surf conditions, and what shark species are present in the area. After paddling for a while, the surfer finally reaches shore safely. While spearfishing in the dark depths of the ocean, a spearfisherman encounters something extremely terrifying. He gets paralyzed with fear. After encountering the large predator, he tries to remain as still as possible, avoiding any sudden movements so as not to alert the predator. Great white sharks use a combination of acute senses, primarily their sense of smell, and electromagnetic detection to locate prey. Moments later, the shark uses its acute senses, and the man is left with no choice but to pray he doesn't end up as shark food. He remains still, pointing his spear gun at the large great white shark, ready to shoot if it ever decides to attack. Thankfully, this doesn't happen, and the predator swims past him. A man reports seeing something in the distance while he was out fishing on a small boat with his friends. This makes the men in the boat interested, and they start opening their phones to record what their friend was talking about.
That's crazy. Holy shit. One shot?
At first, nothing out of the ordinary can be seen because of the sea's color and waves, making it unclear what's under the water. Moments later, they hear something bumping their boat from below, so they immediately look at what's under them, only to see this.
Shark, dude.
That's a
Look at that.
huge shark, dude.
It's a what?
That's a shark.
Shark, dude.
That's a big, huge shark, dude.
Great white sharks can grow to impressive sizes, with adult individuals reaching lengths of 15 to 20 feet or more.
Huge.
Dude, he's like a 20
Dude, he's
foot.
fucking bigger than this boat, man. Get out of here.
It's right over there.
No, that's a 20 footer.
Dude, that's
This great white decides not to harm them and leaves. Two men can be seen in a boat, one of them driving the boat and the other staying on the tip, trying to catch some fish.
Chase Cutter ready to crash the bow now. 1 o'clock, 2 boats coming at you. Come to port now. Slow way down. You gotta come right under your bow. Right off the...
They keep driving forward, hoping for the catcher to snag fish along the way, only for them to experience the shock of a lifetime.
Oh! Holy It dove right out of the water!
Sharks like great whites can jump or breach the water's surface to impressive heights of around 8 to 10 feet when attacking prey. The fisherman immediately jumps as a result of getting terrified by the predator, making the risk of him falling significantly higher. Swimming in shark-infested waters is dangerous because it increases the risk of accidental encounters, potentially leading to shark attacks. Thankfully, the shark failed to reach him, and he doesn't fall from the encounter. This next encounter begins intensely as we see a frightening great white shark terrorizing a cage diver frozen in fear. Another diver records the whole thing, and everybody cage diving around the area can be seen getting nervous from seeing the attack. Great white sharks can hit diving cages with varying force, which depends on their size, speed, and momentum, creating an exhilarating experience for cage divers. The terrifying predator appears to be larger than the cage the diver is in, increasing the risk of the shark breaking it. They continue recording the animal, but after crashing into the cage earlier, it eventually decides to swim down and leave. After the shark leaves, they can all breathe a sigh of relief after remaining unharmed. A man spearfishing in the ocean can be seen recording his point of view, looking around, searching for fish to shoot. The fisherman sees a school of fish swimming around the ocean floor, and he decides to swim towards his potential catch. He starts swimming, but he immediately gets interrupted as soon as he sees this approaching him from below. He immediately raises his spear to try and shoot the shark. But let's just say that this encounter is something that you should watch for yourself. The shark and the fisherman fight for control, staining the water with the predator's blood as it slowly succumbs to its injuries. Due to some quick reflexes and thinking, he lives to tell the tale. A group of adventurers stop in their tracks while being stuck in a submarine after they notice the ocean floor moving in a peculiar way.
Wow!
They continue observing the ocean floor move until a few seconds later the dust settles to reveal something extremely horrifying.
My goodness. Where's my phone?
Whoa. The blunt-nosed six-gill shark is not typically considered dangerous to humans as it primarily resides in deep ocean waters, rarely encountering people. Despite this, they remain cautious, afraid of what the animal might do, especially after it decides to do this terrifying thing.
Oh my goodness. My goodness. That is amazing.
They laugh at their predicament, yet they are still completely aware of the danger they are in after discovering the frightening shark. Thankfully, no one gets harmed during the encounter, and they leave unharmed. A man can be seen windsurfing and enjoying the relaxing breeze when all of a sudden his camera captures this. The windsurfer captures a large shark, almost getting hit as he windsurfs above it, completely unaware of the predator below. The frequency of windsurfers encountering sharks varies greatly based on the location, with some coastal areas having more encounters than others. He continues surfing past it safely and without a problem. While out trying to catch a big wave during the 2015 J-Bay Open Finals surfing competition, Mick Fanning suddenly gets surprised by something other than a wave. For surfers, waves are typically the most dangerous enemies they face at sea. But for Mick Fanning, it's probably a different story. Mick desperately fights for his life by swimming and attacking the shark back whenever he gets a chance. Shark attacks on surfers are rare, with an estimated risk of about 1 in 17 million surfers, making it an uncommon occurrence.
I felt like I was just about to start moving.
Despite the low risk, getting attacked by a hungry shark is still a very real possibility for any beachgoer.
I just had this instinct that someone was behind me, and then all of a sudden I felt my starting getting pulled underwater, and then the thing came up.
In the end, he eventually gets rescued in time, sustaining minor injuries. With his kayak barely managing to fit his body, a man gets placed in a very dangerous situation after a horrifying predator decides to do this. Great white shark and kayaker encounters can be extremely dangerous, as the shark may mistake the kayak for prey, leading to potentially hazardous situations. This explains why, in the video, the large predator can be seen circling around the frightened kayaker after lunging at his paddle. Great white sharks have the power to tip over kayaks, especially if they are investigating the kayak or mistake it for prey. The shark continues circling the terrified kayaker, scaring him even more after the large predator decides to do this. After scaring the kayaker one last time, the predator finally decides to leave him alone. A group of tourists record the blue waters they are currently floating around on from the edge of a boat. A bait set up by the people watching it can be seen floating around the water while they wait for something to take it. After a few moments of waiting, they almost give up, but something unexpected happens that turns their situation upside down. Great white sharks can breach the water's surface to heights of about 8 to 10 feet, or 2.4 to 3 meters, while attacking prey. Everybody screams in fear as they all watch with fear and excitement as the shark jumps high to take the bait. After taking the bait, the shark leaves them alone and unharmed. 2 divers record themselves being approached by a shark out of nowhere, freezing them in their place, fearing that it might attack. Despite a horror-inducing predator approaching them, they refuse to swim away, and one of them even does something surprising. After showing the shark's belly to the camera, it is revealed that a large hook is stuck in the terrifying predator's belly. Failing to remove it the first time, the diver waits for the perfect chance to remove the hook again, resulting in this amazing spectacle. The shark surprisingly cooperates with the diver, not attacking both divers despite them being really easy prey for the predator. In the end, they managed to remove the hook successfully, while remaining safe. A group of divers record themselves following a nurse shark casually swimming around the ocean floor looking for prey. At first, the predator fails to notice the divers trailing them, but moments later something unexpected happens, making them freeze. After approaching them, they panic and become frantic, making them swim ineffectively, preventing them from escaping. Thankfully, the shark turns around and leaves them alone, deeming them unworthy. The clip begins with a group of friends just trying to have fun, taking turns jumping into a large body of water. Everything appears normal at first, with one of the friends taking the lead and jumping into the water first.
All right, let's do this.
After jumping into the water, he quickly rises to the surface, and all of a sudden his friends start screaming frantically. After seeing the predator circling him, he panics and fails to swim towards the shore, making him a potential prey for the shark. Despite this, he continues swimming and almost reaches the shore when out of nowhere, this happens. Thankfully, he managed to reach the shore in time, or things could have gotten worse. This next clip is short but extremely terrifying and is something you should just see for yourself. Tiger sharks are known for their aggression and are considered one of the most aggressive shark species, often displaying curiosity towards potential prey or objects in their environment. The large predator turns back at the very last second, making them relieved. A group of divers can be seen enjoying the waters while swimming along with sharks in the Bahamas. At first, nothing seems out of the ordinary as the sharks look friendly and relaxed around the divers. Something changes, though, and moments later, while swimming with the predators, it decides to do something extremely horrifying. Wild animals are inherently unpredictable as their behavior is influenced by various factors, making it difficult to anticipate their actions. The video continues to show the divers getting attacked by the sharks in the water, which is enough to cause nightmares. Unfortunately, the clip ends abruptly, and what happens next remains unknown. This video begins with a diver recording and taking pictures of another diver while they were out on the ocean floor. Everything seems normal at first, but a few moments later the diver turns to his friend, only for a terrifying predator to approach him from the back. He reacts immediately, but is still too late to duck his head. Fortunately for him, though, the great white only decided to bump him. Sharks are incredibly stealthy predators, often relying on their keen senses, low visibility in the water, and surprise attacks to hunt effectively. Vigilance is crucial when diving in the ocean to ensure safety, as it helps to detect and respond to potential dangers, including marine life and changing conditions. He will probably tell this story to his grandkids, and rightfully so. A group of divers can be seen enjoying the ocean floor while being surrounded by different kinds of colorful fish. While swimming with the fish suddenly clear the way and they get confused, but it is quickly revealed why. The tiger shark almost bites the man's head off, but luckily his friend manages to poke the predator's mouth with a stick. This makes the shark turn away, stopping it from biting the diver's head off, undoubtedly saving the man's life. Tiger sharks deliver a formidable bite with a force ranging from 1,500 to 4,000 pounds per square inch, displaying their strength as apex predators. The diver escapes with his life, but he will certainly remember that day forever. Two friends swim around the ocean floor recording themselves, enjoying their dive in a very deep ocean. Swimming deep in the ocean poses dangers due to pressure changes, strong currents, and potential encounters with hazardous deep-sea creatures. Despite this, they seem to not mind the potential dangers lurking from below and continue enjoying and playing around in the deep. Unfortunately for them, their fun gets interrupted when, out of nowhere, something decides to remind them where they are. Sharks are not inherently sneaky, but some species use stealth in hunting, such as the great white shark's ambush tactics. The clip ends abruptly, and what happened to the man after the attack is unknown. A group of tourist divers can be seen enjoying themselves while they form a circle around a lemon shark. The shark swims around their circle, approaching them one by one and stunning the divers out of fear. Sharks are inherently unpredictable due to their complex behaviors, environmental factors, and interactions with other marine life. Thankfully, nothing too serious happens in this encounter, and the video ends soon after. In the following encounter, a terrified kayaker faces relentless harassment from an exceptionally aggressive hammerhead shark, creating a tense and alarming situation. The kayaker tries his best to fight off the shark by using his paddle, but to no avail, with the shark continuing to relentlessly attack him. Hammerhead sharks are generally not considered highly aggressive towards humans, but they can be curious and may display defensive behavior if provoked or threatened. In this situation, though, the predator seems to be more hungry than curious, displaying a high level of aggression towards the man. Large sharks such as great whites, tiger sharks, or hammerheads have the power to tip over kayaks if they encounter them and become inquisitive or agitated. The predator eventually gives up after failing to hunt him multiple times. In this next encounter, another group of fishermen can be seen recording a terrifying predator swimming around their boat.
Oh, my God!
The sight is frightening enough on its own, but the camera pans to a bloody water with a tuna's head floating around.
He's a monster, dude! Holy
This terrifies them even more, but they still continue to stay near the edge of the boat, despite the dangers of doing so. Great white sharks can breach the water's surface and jump to a height of about 8 to 10 feet when attacking prey. The predator swims away after a while, making them feel relieved. Swimming around in shark-infested waters, a group of tourists gets the experience of a lifetime after multiple sharks join them in the swim. At first, everything seems to go fine, with the predators not really minding the people. But the situation quickly turns upside down after one of the divers gets surprised by something from above. He manages to notice the predator and immediately dodges it, saving him from disaster. Diving in a place where sharks are known to be will never be my thing. But for these divers, it's just another normal day. The predator approaches the divers multiple times, obviously curious and probably hungry for some snacks, too. Fortunately, they don't fall victim to the predator and they leave unharmed. Diving and hunting for fish on the ocean floor, a spear fisherman looks around for prey big enough and worthy enough to shoot. He fails to find prey and continues looking around, only for him to see something that is ripped straight out of a horror movie. He stares at the giant shark swimming right in front of him, praying and wishing for it not to turn its attention on him. Sharks can swim at various speeds, but some species, like the short-finned mako, can reach speeds of up to 60 miles per hour. With shark speeds rivaling some boats, a spear hunter's fate could swiftly turn, potentially making them the prey of the ocean's fiercest predator. He continues recording the sharks slowly swimming away, eventually disappearing into darkness. Thankfully, no one was harmed during this exciting yet terrifying encounter.